Welcome back to a new video. So in this workout, this was the first one that I was able to do on my new platform, and the session was honestly really easy. I was pleasantly surprised. It took a while before starting the session because I thought it would feel difficult just from increasing the weight and the exercises from the first day of the week, and still being a little bit sore from the previous weeks of training. But I think taking a day off the previous day, where I kind of just fixed the platform and kind of finished it up, was a good thing to do because my back and stuff was still sore from that big session on Saturday, or it was on Sunday, I should say. So I think that helped as well. Plus, I think having an even platform made snatches feel really good because before, with the middle of the platform being raised slightly, I was actually kind of at a probably slight deficit, not really that significant, but it certainly felt like I was pulling from a higher position when I was doing snatches today. So I definitely think that it is a noticeable difference, and maybe I'm just placeboing myself, but either way, snatches felt good today, and I will certainly take any day of good snatching or a day where snatches feel really easy. So I think next week, instead of jumping up just 5, I might jump up to 10. And go to 90 kilograms for the 4 sets of 2. And for pulls, I went up to 110 after doing 100 last week. Those all felt routine. For squats, went to 140 from 130 last week. And it was a pretty, like I said, a pretty easy and simple session. But the other thing that probably made things feel a little bit easier was the fact that, one less set, less reps, even though the weight is increasing. I think that certainly had an impact as well, particularly with the pulls and the squats, less with the snatches, I think, because I figured that those would feel almost as difficult as last week, but I guess triples are a lot more difficult than doubles. But when I do this next week, like I said, I want to push this to potentially 90, and then in subsequent weeks, every 2 weeks, I decrease a set as well as the reps. So right now it's 4 sets of 2 plus 2. Next week will be the same, and the week after that, for the next 2 weeks, at that point, it will be 3 sets of 1 plus 1, with, obviously hoping the weights are increasing each week. And then the week after that will be really just 2 sets of 1 plus 1 or 1 set of 1 plus 1. It'll be kind of like a peak for 2 weeks. In a sense, like it'll be the heaviest weights that I do. I haven't really thought like specifically how I want it to look, but that's kind of the general idea, is that each 2 weeks, the sets will go down by 1, the reps will go down by 1, and then it will be by the end, hopefully, I'm hitting big numbers. And then after, 2 weeks of trying to hit some big numbers or pushing to some big numbers, then I reset and hopefully have a starting point a little bit higher. So at the beginning of this, I believe I did these at 70 and maybe just started at 75 and then maybe take more aggressive jumps, but just kind of keep cycling back through and having it being a longer progression. And I do feel that I am getting stronger and feeling good in general. So I think that part is exciting, and it's a pretty logical and simple progression. The big thing is just kind of sticking with that progression, particularly when the weights are light and are feeling light, and just having that belief that I'm building the base for subsequent weeks, for heavier loads, for more things that I'm doing. And I think so far I've been doing a really good job about that. I think I started out on a good note with doing the kind of commentary before the workout, saying exactly the weights I'm going to do. I might go back to that once I'm at the beginning of the program again, just to make sure that I'm not doing anything too crazy. But I think right now I'm in a good mindset and a good kind of, work idea, or I guess mindset's a good way to describe it. Just a good mindset of the program, and that I feel like it's working each week. The Saturdays are getting better, where I'm lifting more weight in the snatch and the clean and jerk, and the weights are feeling more manageable in really all of the days. And it just feels like each day I have something to work on and something to progress, and it's not so difficult that I'm struggling to get through a particular session, but I still feel like I'm working pretty hard. Obviously that will get more difficult as the things go on, but then what I'm hoping is that this is kind of a perpetual program. So then every 8 weeks, because if you do each one every 2, it would reset after the 8, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but either way, let's say it's 8 weeks. After that 8 weeks, I reset back to that, and it's just kind of perpetual throughout the year. And then once I find that, I have a competition at this date and it's, say, 6 weeks away, then I can plot myself into either a quicker progression, which I think would probably be best, or just start at like the, 3rd week of the program and then progress to the competition. But I don't necessarily think this would be like a perfect peak for a comp, since I'm doing stuff in the blocks and stuff, so there would be some adjustments with that. But the idea is that like I kind of have a peak every 8 weeks of some sort, but I still am building a lot of volume, just getting a lot more reps. And I think that's the biggest thing that's a positive right now, is I'm just getting lots of volume in. And I think that's just generally going to be good to do, just to build everything up, try to get my left shoulder to feel as good as it possibly can, and just to continue to get stronger. That's the goal for all of us that are lifting weights, I suppose. But that's going to be it for this one. I'll talk to you all the next one, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.